Welcome back, my beautiful people. I'm Lady Divine, and this is Sips and Secrets. Last week, we opened a conversation that touched the hearts of so many. We talked about dating after 50, finding love again, respect, healthy boundaries, and why protecting your health should never be mistaken for a lack of trust. We also asked, can mature love still be safe, sexy, and respectful? Tonight, we continue that conversation because every story has another side. We've heard what many women are experiencing. Now, let's hear what some gentlemen have to say. Pour yourself another glass, get comfortable, and let's continue inside the forbidden glass of wine.
We've lived enough to know by now, love is more than whispered vows, more than fire, more than touch, more than saying I love you so much. If you care for me, protect me too. Let honesty live between me and you. No shame in asking, no need to hide. Mature love has nothing to disguise. Protect my body, protect my heart. Tell me the truth right from the start. Trust isn't fear and care isn't doubt. That's what grown-up love is about. We don't have to rush tonight. We can take our time and get it right, because passion may bring us close, but respect is what makes love grow.
Before we continue tonight's conversation, you know, Lady Divine has a little tradition. Every meaningful conversation deserves a thoughtfully chosen glass of wine. Not because we're encouraging people to drink, but because every wine has its own personality, its own story, and tonight's wine reminds me of the conversation we're about to have. Tonight, we're pouring a Merlot, smooth, balanced, confident, never overpowering, yet impossible to ignore. Much like a healthy relationship, a good Merlot isn't about one flavor competing with another. It's about harmony. Each note complements the next. And isn't that what love should be? Not a battle to be won, but a partnership to be enjoyed. Whether you're holding a glass of wine, a cup of tea, or simply taking a quiet moment for yourself, I invite you to raise it with me. Here's to honest conversations, open hearts, and the wisdom that comes when we're willing to listen as much as we speak. You know, one of the things I promised when I created Sips and Secrets was that every conversation would be balanced. If we're going to ask women to speak honestly, then we must be willing to listen honestly. Too often, relationships become a competition instead of a conversation. One side speaks while the other side waits for a chance to defend itself. But that's not what we're doing here. Tonight, we're not choosing sides. We're choosing understanding, because every story has more than one perspective. And sometimes the greatest breakthrough begins when we stop listening to respond and start listening to understand. So I reached out to several mature gentlemen, asked them one simple question. What are your thoughts on love, trust, protection, and dating after 50? Their answers were thoughtful, honest, sometimes surprising, and I believe they deserve to be heard. Let's begin with Robert.
Good evening, Lady Divine. My name is Robert. I'm 53 years old and I've been divorced for 12 years. First of all, I enjoy your show and I understand where you're coming from. But I have to be honest. Sometimes I think we're a little hard on men when we have these conversations. Not every man who has concerns about using protection is being irresponsible. For some mature men, there are physical changes we're already dealing with. Sometimes maintaining an erection isn't as easy as it used to be. Sensitivity changes. Medications can affect you. Health conditions can affect you. And yes, for some men, using a condom can make those difficulties even more noticeable. And that's not always easy for a man to admit. There's already pressure to perform. There's already embarrassment when your body doesn't respond the way it did 20 or 30 years ago. Then you finally meet a woman you really like. There's attraction, there's chemistry. You're trying to enjoy the moment, and suddenly, the conversation feels less like romance and more like you're being examined or suspected before you've even done anything wrong. I'm not saying a woman shouldn't protect herself. She absolutely should, and a man should protect himself too. I'm just saying, maybe we need to find a way to have these conversations without making either person feel ashamed, accused, or judged. So, Lady Divine, how do we balance protection and responsibility without losing the intimacy, trust, and romance we're trying to build?
Robert, first, thank you, because that's an honest answer. And honesty is exactly what this show is about. You're right. Some men do experience physical changes with age. Many experience erectile dysfunction, reduced sensitivity, medical conditions, diabetes, heart disease, medications. Those are real issues. Nobody should laugh at that. But here's my question. If a condom creates difficulty, why not have a conversation? Why not say, can we both get tested first? Why not say, I'd like us to become exclusive? Why not say, let's build trust before we become intimate? See, Robert, the problem isn't the condom. The problem is many people don't want the conversation. Communication is foreplay too. Appreciate Robert's honesty. He didn't attack women. He shared something many mature men quietly struggle with. And that's exactly why conversations like this matter. Because understanding always begins with honesty. Now, let's hear another perspective.
Ask me. Ask me what I need. Ask me what I fear. Ask me what makes me feel safe. Before you ask me to give you my body, because intimacy doesn't begin when the clothes come off. Sometimes it begins with a conversation.
Good evening, Lady Divine. My name is Michael. I have been single for 2 years now, and I agree with almost everything you're saying. But let me tell you something from the other side. Sometimes women assume that every single man is sleeping around. Some of us aren't. Some of us have been alone for years. Some of us go home to an empty house every night. And we're not looking for 5 women. We're hoping to find one good woman. We want companionship, conversation, peace, someone to have dinner with, someone to laugh with, someone to call and say, "How was your day?" But sometimes, before a woman even gets to know us, we're already being treated like suspects. If we don't answer the phone immediately, she wonders who we're with. If we have female friends, suddenly there's suspicion. If we've been single for a long time, she wonders what's wrong with us. And I understand that some women have been hurt. Some have been lied to. I respect that. But the man standing in front of you today shouldn't automatically have to pay for what the man before him did yesterday. Good men get tired too, Lady Divine. We get lonely too. We want to feel trusted. We want to feel appreciated. And sometimes we want somebody to look at us and see the man we actually are. not the man they're afraid we might become. So I guess my question is, how does a good man get a fair chance when the woman he's interested in is still protecting herself from what somebody else did to her?
Michael, thank you. And you're absolutely right. Ladies, let's hear him. Not every man is a player. Not every gray beard belongs to a womanizer. Some men are genuinely looking for love. Some men are tired too. Some men are praying for a good woman, just like good women are praying for a good man. The challenge is figuring out who's genuine, and that's why time is your friend. Rushing usually benefits the wrong people. Michael reminds us that assumptions can hurt. Not every woman has been treated well, but neither has every man. Healing should teach us to be careful, not cynical. Now let's continue.
Lady Divine. My name is James. Can I be honest? I think social media has changed dating, and not necessarily for the better. Everybody thinks there's somebody better, just one swipe away. You meet somebody good, but instead of slowing down and getting to know that person, people keep looking, keep scrolling, keep comparing. It's like we're always wondering, what if the next person is better? Nobody wants to build anymore. Everybody wants perfection. And the minute something gets difficult, instead of asking, how can we work through this? It feels like people just move on to the next person. Sometimes I wonder, Lady Divine, have we become so good at finding new people that we've forgotten how to value the person already in front of us?
James, you just said something powerful. We've become collectors instead of builders. Collecting phone numbers, collecting likes, collecting compliments, collecting attention. But relationships require construction. They require maintenance, patience, forgiveness, listening. You don't build a house by changing contractors every week. Neither do you build love by changing partners every month. My darlings James said something that deserves another moment. We have become experts at replacing people, but beginners at repairing relationships. Wow, ladies, did you hear this? Now, let's hear one final voice.
Lady Divine, I'd rather not give my name, but I'm 65 years old. My wife passed away 4 years ago. We were together for many years, and after she died, honestly, I didn't think I would ever date again. It took me a long time just to feel comfortable letting another woman into my life. But eventually, I met someone. And when things started becoming intimate, I told her that I wanted us to use protection. Lady Divine. She laughed at me. She actually said, "What kind of man are you?" I felt humiliated. Here I was, trying to do what I thought was responsible, trying to protect her and protect myself. And somehow, I was made to feel less like a man because of it. I didn't argue with her. I didn't try to prove anything. But I walked away from that experience wondering, since when did a man choosing responsibility become something to be ashamed of?
Brother, I'm so sorry that happened. Ladies, respect goes both ways. If a man wants to protect himself, celebrate him. Don't shame him. Don't laugh. Don't question his masculinity. Applaud him, because he's showing responsibility. See, sometimes the very behavior we're asking men to adopt, we punish them for displaying. That has to change, my darling ladies. Remember that saying, do unto others as you would like done unto you, and also what goes around comes right back around. That story really touched my heart. Imagine finally finding the courage to love again, only to be laughed at for trying to do the responsible thing. Respect should never have an expiration date.
Good men still exist. Quiet hearts and steady hands. Men who don't need games to prove that they're a man. Men who say, did you get home? And mean it when they care. Good men still exist. You just have to give love time to show you who's really there.
My beautiful people, do you see what tonight is really about? It's bigger than condoms. It's bigger than sex. It's about respect. It's about communication. It's about creating a culture where two mature adults can have an honest conversation without embarrassment. Imagine this. A man says, "When were you last tested?" A woman answers honestly. She asks him the same. They decide to wait, to get tested together, to become exclusive, to learn one another. Now tell me, isn't that romantic? Real romance isn't rushing. Real romance protects.
I don't need a love that rushes. I need a love that knows, a hand that holds me gently and stays when the music slows. We've lived too long for guessing. We've learned what matters most. Grown love doesn't only desire you. Grown love protects you close.
My loves, welcome. Welcome back to the Forbidden Glass of Wine. You know, since last week's episode aired, many of you reached out, sharing your own experiences. Some of your stories made me smile, others broke my heart. One lady wrote, "Lady Divine, tell these men to stop asking for pictures before they even know my last name." One gentleman said, "Lady Divine, tell the ladies to stop judging us because we're bald." Well, hair doesn't build a relationship. Character does. And ladies, neither does a six-pack. Because eventually, gravity wins. We're all growing older. Let's grow wiser together. When we come back, we're going to hear from a physician who works with mature adults. We're going to separate fact from fiction. No fear, no judgment, just information. Because knowledge has never ruined romance. Ignorance has. Stay with me. This is Sips and Secrets, the aging diva in her and the aging macho man in him. Welcome, my beautiful people. Tonight on Sips and Secrets, we're continuing our intimate conversation about mature love, dating after 50, protection, trust, and sexual health. And tonight I wanted to bring a medical perspective into our conversation because some questions deserve more than opinions. They deserve good information. So joining me tonight is Dr. Maya, a physician with experience helping adults navigate sexual health and healthy aging. Dr. Maya, welcome to Sips and Secrets. Dr. Maya, I'm so happy to have you here with us tonight. Thank you for joining me for this very important conversation.
Thank you so much, Lady Divine. I'm delighted to be here with you, and I'm especially happy that you're creating a comfortable space for mature adults to have these conversations openly. Sexual health doesn't suddenly stop being important because someone reaches 50, 60, 70, or beyond. We need more conversations like this.
I couldn't agree more. So, doctor, let's jump right into something I hear quite often. There are people who still believe sexually transmitted infections are mainly a concern for younger people. Once they reach a certain age, particularly when pregnancy is no longer a concern, they may believe protection isn't as important anymore. Are adults over 50 still at risk for sexually transmitted infections?
Absolutely. Age does not eliminate the risk of sexually transmitted infections. Many adults over 50 continue dating and forming new relationships after divorce, widowhood, or the end of a long-term relationship. And because pregnancy may no longer be a concern for many people, some may stop thinking about condoms. But pregnancy prevention and infection prevention are two different things. Sexually transmitted infections can still spread at any age. Anyone who is sexually active may be at risk depending on their sexual practices and the precautions they take.
Now that is important. Pregnancy may no longer be the concern, but protecting your health still is. And doctor, that brings me to another myth I really want us to clear up tonight. People sometimes say things like, he looks healthy, or she looks clean. Can you actually tell by looking at someone whether that person has a sexually transmitted infection?
Absolutely not. Many sexually transmitted infections can cause no noticeable symptoms. Someone may look perfectly healthy, feel perfectly healthy, and still have an infection without knowing it. That's one reason testing and honest conversations about sexual health are so important.
And I really want my listeners to hear that. We have to stop relying on statements like, he looks clean or she looks healthy. Looking healthy cannot tell us someone's sexual health status.
Exactly. Appearance is not a medical test.
Now, doctor, let's talk about something women ask me all the time. Some women tell me, Lady Divine, I'm embarrassed to ask a man when he was last tested. I don't want him to think I'm accusing him of something. How can someone start that conversation without making the other person feel like they're being interrogated?
I encourage people to keep the conversation simple and mutual. You might say, I really enjoy spending time with you, and before our relationship becomes physical, I'd like us both to get tested. Notice the difference. You're not saying, you need to prove something to me. You're saying, let's take care of ourselves and each other. That isn't an accusation. It's a conversation about mutual care. And it doesn't have to be one partner interrogating the other. Testing can be something you decide to do together.
I really like that. No, you need to go get tested, but let's both get tested. There's a big difference between those two conversations.
There really is. And if someone becomes extremely defensive or angry simply because you suggested a respectful conversation about sexual health, that reaction may tell you something about how comfortable that person is with communication and boundaries.
Now, that part right there, sometimes people tell you a lot about themselves by how they react to a reasonable boundary. And my beautiful people, I want you to remember something from this conversation. Protection doesn't always begin in the bedroom. Sometimes protection begins long before intimacy, with two mature adults sitting across from each other and having one honest conversation. Dr. Maya, earlier tonight, one of our gentlemen raised a concern that I believe many mature men may quietly share. He told us that condoms can sometimes make intimacy more difficult, especially when a man is already experiencing changes in sexual performance as he gets older. What would you say to those gentlemen?
First, sexual function can change as people age. Some men may experience erectile difficulties, changes in sensitivity, or other concerns. Certain health conditions and medications can also affect sexual function. Those concerns are real. They shouldn't be mocked, dismissed, or used to make a man feel less masculine.
And I'm glad you said that, because tonight isn't about embarrassing anybody. It's about understanding each other. But doctor, if a man is experiencing those difficulties, what should he do instead of simply refusing protection?
That's where communication becomes very important. A healthcare professional can help evaluate sexual function concerns and discuss appropriate options. And couples can talk openly about sexual health, testing, protection, exclusivity, and what makes both partners comfortable. Protection and communication don't have to be enemies of intimacy. They can actually help create trust.
Now you know, Lady Divine loves that. Trust is sexy. Honesty is sexy. Respect is sexy. Lying? Not so much.
I definitely agree with that.
Now, doctor, let's talk about something else. Can mature adults still enjoy healthy, fulfilling, intimate relationships? Because some people act as though once you reach 60, everything just shuts down.
Not at all. Many adults continue enjoying satisfying, intimate relationships well into later life. Healthy intimacy isn't defined by age, but intimacy may evolve as we get older. Communication, affection, emotional connection, mutual respect, and adapting to natural physical changes can become increasingly important. Healthy intimacy evolves. It doesn't necessarily disappear.
I absolutely love that. Healthy intimacy evolves. It doesn't disappear. And my beautiful people, somebody needed to hear that tonight. Getting older doesn't mean we stop living. It doesn't mean we stop loving. And it certainly doesn't mean we stop wanting affection, companionship, romance, or intimacy.
Exactly. And sometimes mature intimacy can become even more meaningful because people understand themselves better. They may be more comfortable communicating what they need, what they enjoy, and what their boundaries are. The goal shouldn't necessarily be to recreate intimacy exactly as it was at 25. It's about discovering what healthy intimacy looks like for you now.
Oh, I like that. Stop trying to love like you're 25 and learn how to love beautifully, right where you are. Now, doctor, before I let you go, if you could leave everyone listening tonight with one piece of advice about mature love, intimacy, and protecting their health, what would it be?
Never let embarrassment prevent you from taking care of your sexual health. Whether you're 25, 55, or 75, you deserve relationships built on honesty, respect, and mutual care. Ask questions. Discuss testing with a healthcare professional when appropriate. Communicate openly with your partner, and never be ashamed to establish boundaries that protect your health and well-being. Protecting yourself is never something you need to apologize for.
Dr. Maya, thank you. Thank you for the information. Thank you for the honesty. And most importantly, thank you for reminding us that getting older doesn't mean we stop living, loving, or protecting ourselves.
Thank you, Lady Divine. It was a pleasure being here.
And my beautiful people, don't go anywhere. Because next, I'm speaking directly to my aging divas, the women who have lived, loved, learned, started over, and earned every bit of their wisdom. Lady Divine has 10 things. I don't want you compromising for anybody. Stay with me. This is Sips and Secrets. Welcome back. If you've stayed with me this far, thank you. Tonight isn't about criticizing men. It isn't about criticizing women. It's about helping us become better partners, better communicators, and better protectors of ourselves. Now, before we close tonight's conversation, I want to speak directly to every woman listening, especially my aging divas, the women who have lived, the women who have cried, the women who have buried dreams, raised children, survived divorce, walked away from abuse, started over more than once. Ladies, you've earned your wisdom. Don't give it away just because someone gives you attention. Tonight, Lady Divine wants to share 10 things every aging diva should never compromise on. Number 1, never negotiate your self-respect. If someone wants you, they should never ask you to disrespect yourself, to keep them. Love never requires humiliation. If saying no makes someone leave, let them leave. The wrong person leaving makes room for the right one. Number 2, never apologize for your boundaries. A boundary is not punishment, it's protection. If you say, I want us both tested, that's not drama, that's maturity. If you say, I don't move that fast, that's not playing games, that's wisdom. Stop apologizing for protecting your peace. Number 3, stop confusing attention with affection. Ladies, listen carefully. Some men will call you beautiful every single day. That doesn't mean they're good for you. Attention is easy. Consistency is rare. Anybody can flirt. Character takes time to reveal itself. Watch what he does, not only what he says. Number 4, never let loneliness choose your partner. Oh, this one is personal because loneliness can become a terrible matchmaker. It will convince you that something is better than nothing. No, wrong company can destroy your peace faster than an empty house ever will. I'd rather enjoy my own company than beg for yours. Number 5, protect your body like it's priceless. Because it is. You've spent decades taking care of everyone else. Now, take care of you. Your body deserves respect. Your health deserves respect. Your future deserves respect. Anyone who truly loves you will never argue with that. Number 6, stop trying to rescue broken people. Ladies, we're nurturers. I know, sometimes too much. But listen, you are not a rehabilitation center. You cannot love someone into becoming faithful. You cannot love someone into honesty. You cannot love someone into emotional maturity. People change when they decide to change. Not because you sacrificed yourself, Number 7. Choose peace over passion. Passion is exciting. Peace is priceless. Butterflies are wonderful, but so is sleeping well at night. Drama gets exhausting. A mature relationship shouldn't leave you checking phones, reading between the lines, or wondering where you stand. Peace is sexy too. Number 8. Laugh together. Can I tell you a secret? The happiest couples I know laugh. They tease each other, dance in the kitchen, forget where they left the car keys. Together, growing older shouldn't make life heavier. It should make laughter easier. Find someone who can make you laugh on ordinary Tuesdays. Number 9. Don't chase chemistry. Build friendship. Looks change. Bodies change. Hair disappears. Wrinkles arrive. Gravity wins every single time. But friendship gets stronger. Find someone who still enjoys talking to you after the excitement settles. Because eventually, conversation becomes foreplay too. Number 10. Choose someone who protects your heart. Not just your body, not your bank account, not your image, your heart. Someone who notices when you're unusually quiet. Someone who asks, "Did you make it home?" Someone who says, "I prayed for you today." Someone who celebrates your victories without becoming jealous. Someone who comforts you without trying to fix everything. That's maturity. That's love. You know, the older I get, the more my idea of what's attractive has changed. There was a time when attraction might begin with a handsome face, a beautiful smile, the way someone walked into a room, that little something that made you look twice. And don't misunderstand me, my loves. There's nothing wrong with looking twice. But life teaches you that what catches your eye isn't always what deserves your heart. Because these days, I find peace attractive. I find consistency attractive. I find honesty attractive. I find someone doing exactly what they said they were going to do very attractive. Give me the person who doesn't play games, the person who doesn't disappear for 3 days, then comes strolling back into my life as though I shouldn't have questions. Give me someone whose presence doesn't leave me wondering, where do I stand? Can I trust you? Am I enough? Because my beautiful people, there is something incredibly attractive about feeling safe with someone. Not boring, not predictable. Safe. There's a difference. Safe enough to speak honestly. Safe enough to disagree. Safe enough to say no. Safe enough to be vulnerable. Safe enough to be yourself without constantly wondering whether love will be taken away from you. And maybe we've been asking the wrong questions. We spend so much time asking, is he fine? Is she beautiful? What does he drive? What does she look like? Maybe we need to start asking, how do I feel when I'm around this person? Do I feel respected? Do I feel heard? Do I feel valued? Do their words match their actions? And most importantly, do I have peace? Because beauty without character eventually loses its shine. Money without integrity can become very expensive. And charm without honesty? Oh, my darling, that can become manipulation dressed in a beautiful suit. But kindness, respect, consistency, honesty, and peace, those things never go out of style. And when we return, I'm pouring one final glass, and I'm leaving you with Lady Divine's final wisdom, not just for my aging divas, but for every man and every woman who still believes that mature love can be safe, sexy, respectful, and real. Stay with me, my beautiful people. Your inside sips and secrets.
At this age, I don't chase. I don't beg. And I certainly don't compete. If your presence costs me my peace, your absence might just be a gift. I've learned something about growing older. You stop asking, does he want me? And start asking, do I want what he brings into my life?
Now for Lady Divine's final wisdom. Love should never cost you your peace. Well, oh my darlings, our glasses are almost empty, but I hope tonight your hearts are a little fuller. Before we say goodnight, allow me to leave you with something. Not as Lady Divine, not as a radio host, but simply as a woman who has lived, who has loved, who has made mistakes, who has watched friends cry, who has comforted strangers, who has listened to hundreds of stories over the years. I've learned something. Love isn't supposed to confuse you every day. Love shouldn't constantly make you question your worth. Love shouldn't make you feel guilty for protecting yourself. If someone becomes offended because you ask for respect, perhaps they were never ready to respect you in the first place. To my aging divas, ladies, I want you to hear me. You are not too old to fall in love. You are not too old to start over. You are not too old to laugh until your stomach hurts. You are not too old to dance barefoot in your living room. You are not too old to wear red lipstick, to travel, to flirt, to dream again, to be desired. And you are certainly not too old to demand respect. Never allow society to convince you that your value decreases because your birthday increases. A diamond doesn't lose value because it has been in the earth longer. It becomes more precious. So do you. To the men. Now, gentlemen, before we close, I want to thank those of you who are listening with open hearts. Good men still exist. Kind men still exist. Faithful men still exist. Protective men still exist. Gentlemen, don't become discouraged because of what the world says about men. Continue opening doors. Continue respecting women. Continue communicating honestly. Continue protecting your health. Continue protecting hers. Never think kindness makes you weak. It doesn't. It makes you memorable. One day, some woman will tell her grandchildren, "I knew your grandfather was different because he respected me from the very beginning." Brothers, be that man to everyone searching for love. Can I ask you something? What are you really looking for? Is it excitement or peace? Is it attention or partnership? Is it chemistry or consistency? Because eventually, the butterflies settle down, beauty changes, bodies change, hair turns gray or disappears altogether. Life starts happening. Doctor appointments replace nightclub reservations. Grandchildren replace diapers. Quiet evenings replace wild weekends. And in those moments, character becomes everything. Choose someone who can sit beside you in silence without making it uncomfortable. Choose someone who laughs with you, who prays with you, who supports your dreams, who tells you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. That's the kind of love that grows stronger with age. You know, every episode, Lady Divine leaves you with a challenge. Tonight's Divine Dare is simple. If you're dating someone, have one honest conversation this week. Not about politics, not about money, not about your ex. Ask each other, what makes you feel emotionally safe? When was the last time you truly felt respected? What do you need from me to trust me? Listen, without interrupting, without defending yourself. Just listen. Because sometimes the greatest gift we can give another human being is feeling heard. Before we leave tonight, I want to leave you with this. Write it down. Put it on your refrigerator. Put it in your phone. Remember it. Never allow your desire to be loved to become greater than your desire to be respected. Because love without respect will eventually become pain. Respect is what allows love to last. So tonight, here's to healthy conversations, healthy boundaries, healthy relationships, and healthy love. Here's to knowing that getting older does not mean settling. It means knowing yourself better, loving yourself deeper, and becoming a little more careful about who gets access to your heart. May we all learn to choose partners who protect our hearts as carefully as they protect their own. And remember, my beautiful people, you are never too old for butterflies, never too old for romance, never too old to be desired, never too old to begin again. But you are also never too old to know better. To my aging divas, keep your standards, keep your boundaries, keep your red lipstick, and darling, keep your peace. I'm Lady Divine, and thank you for spending this evening with me inside the Forbidden Glass of Wine. This has been Sips and Secrets, Season 2, Episode 1. And next week, oh, my beautiful people, we're opening another letter. And this one is going to require compassion, honesty, and a conversation some couples are afraid to have. A woman writes, after 30 years of marriage, she has just learned that she is HIV positive. Her husband has a history of cheating, but she has a secret of her own. There is another man. She says protection was used during sex, but not during oral intimacy. And now, she has one question keeping her awake at night. Lady Divine, who infected me? Her husband? Her lover? Or is the answer more complicated than she realizes? Next week, we're going to talk about HIV, infidelity, risk, testing, oral sex, and the dangerous assumptions we sometimes make about what we believe is safe. No shaming, no finger pointing, just truth, education, and one very complicated glass of wine. Until next Wednesday, protect your body, protect your heart, protect your peace, and never be afraid to ask the questions. That could protect your life. I'm Lady Divine. Good night, my beautiful people, and I'll meet you right back here next Wednesday for another sip, another secret, and another conversation inside the Forbidden Glass of Wine.
The wine has been poured, the secrets were told. We talked about love as we're growing old. We laughed a little, we learned something too. And maybe tonight you discovered something new. So protect your heart, but don't lock love away. Choose peace over confusion and mean what you say. Raise your glass, my beautiful people, before we dim the light. I'm Lady Divine, and it's time to say good night. Same glass, new secrets, another story on the way. I'll meet you right here next Wednesday inside the Forbidden Glass of Wine. Until then, love wisely, live boldly, protect your